Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about the Tinder Swindler. The article about him went viral around Europe in 2019 and earlier this year in February 2022. A Netflix documentary about his alleged crimes was released. The documentary reached the top 10 on Netflix in 92 countries upon its release. It went viral all over the internet. Tinder Swindler is a scandal-based documentary that tells a story of Shimon Yehuda Hayut, an Israeli man who allegedly posed as Simon Lviv on the popular dating app Tinder. The film is recounted through shocking yet heartbreaking stories told by Cecily Fjellhoy, Pernilla Sjöholm, and Aileen Charlotte Coleman, three of the many women who say they fell victim to Hayut's deception. His alleged life of crime started early on. When he was 15, he convinced a couple of family friends to let him stay in their apartment in Brooklyn, New York, for 6 months with the reason that he had some problems at home. A few years later in 2008, while they were on vacation, they allowed him to stay there again, where he allegedly helped himself to their credit card. He bought himself a round-trip first-class ticket between New York and Tel Aviv, hotel suites, and rented a Rolls Royce. It was also around this time that he started doing his first Tinder Swindler style scam. His first alleged victim was a woman named Courtney Simmons Miller, originally from the UK. She had recently moved to Cyprus when she started working with Simon in the summer of 2010, when they were both just 20 years old. They had fun together and became close friends. According to her, Shimon was very into fashion and liked the nicer things in life. It even bordered on obsession. He was always taking pictures of himself, always out posing with the girls. According to Courtney, he was a really charming guy. He knew how to use his charm to make people like and trust him. Shimon would often sweet-talk her, telling her how special she is to him. Although they had no romantic relationship, she was completely smitten by him as a close friend. She was now in his grasp, ready to be swindled. He moved back to Israel after less than a year of working together, and then he called her from there. He said that his family owned an airline and that he wanted to get back to Cyprus in order to open some businesses. He asked her to become his personal assistant by telling her that she was the only one he could trust, and of course, she agreed. Her first assignment came shortly before he arrived on the island. She had to rent a luxurious BMW so Shimon could do his business meetings looking fabulous. However, she didn't have the money, so Shimon read her the numbers of some credit cards over the phone. The couple rented the car and drove it for a month or two until the rental company's owner called, asking them to come sign more paperwork. To their surprise, when they arrived, the police were already there, waiting for them. Courtney and Shimon ended up at the station on suspicion of using stolen credit cards. During questioning, Shimon remained calm and assured Courtney that this was all a big misunderstanding that would soon be sorted out. Just like in the Netflix documentary, he stuck to his persona even after the arrest, while they were being remanded in court. She urged him to tell the truth because she needed to get a lawyer, but he just reassured her that everything was fine. Well, it was fine for him, since he had planned to flee the country. Courtney was left alone to deal with the mess he created. The woman went through court proceedings for 3 years. Every time she had to appear in court, she was afraid that she might be sent to jail. She was eventually acquitted, but Simon had given her his wallet containing the stolen credit card to hold before they entered the police station, which made it difficult, Courtney said. Courtney only heard from Simon once during her entire ordeal, and he still tried to assure her that he would take care of all her legal fees, even though he never did. That was the last time she spoke with him until the Tinder Swindler documentary came out. The ordeal, though, didn't discourage Courtney. She is now the owner of 2 successful businesses. As for Shimon, he fled to Israel, where the Netflix documentary picked up. He committed another fraud there and had to flee again in 2011. He ran off to Finland, where he was sentenced to 2 years in a Finnish prison in 2015 after being charged with defrauding 3 women. Despite being wanted by the police of several countries, he was released from a Finnish jail after serving 2 years. After being released from prison, he changed his name to Simon Lviv and started to perform the alleged scam told in the Tinder Swindler documentary. He tried to meet women on Tinder and posed as the CEO of LLD Diamonds and the son of its founder, the King of Diamonds, Lev Lviv. He would ask these women to meet him so he could charm them with his words and show off his wealth. Their first dates with him involved dining in a luxury restaurant or luxury hotel, private jets, and luxury cars. It was like something out of a movie. That's why when another scenario out of a movie happened, the women didn't doubt him. He would tell them that he's flying all over Europe trying to close a dangerous business deal and that his enemies are after him. But he reassured the women not to worry. He would build trust with them before asking them for money. He sent them photos and videos of his bodyguard getting hurt. The same photos and videos to all the women. He claimed that his enemies were getting close and he couldn't use his credit card. He asked them to lend him cash and their credit cards. Seeing how wealthy he is and how they trusted him, Of course, they lent him money. He would push them to give more money to the extent of them going into debt by showing them a fake bank transfer receipt. He pretended to send them more money than they'd already given him. This scheme allowed him to squeeze some more money out of these poor women. He would use this money to fund his lavish lifestyle with his next victim. Basically, he scammed one victim to pay for his lavish lifestyle so he could scam the next victim. It was estimated that he had scammed women all over Europe for a grand total of $10 million. The women eventually caught up to his schemes and tried to expose him through an investigative report conducted by the biggest newspaper in Norway. The article went viral in 2019, leaving him with no way to scam his next victim. His last victim, Aileen, pretended to believe him and help him, keeping in contact with him. She would eventually tip the Interpol about his new fake identity. The police caught him in Greece using a fake passport. He was deported to Israel and sentenced to a light sentence of 15 months in prison based on his 2011 charges that included theft, fraud, and forgery of documents. All unrelated to his alleged scams, told in the Netflix documentary. He was released after 5 months due to good behavior. So what happened to him after that? After he was freed from prison, he stayed in Israel for a while as a free man. He denied all allegations against him, saying, "I have the right to choose whatever name I want. I never presented myself as the son of anyone, but people use their imaginations. Maybe their hearts were broken during the process. I never took a dime from them. These women enjoyed themselves in my company. They traveled and got to see the world on my dime." He's now banned from Tinder and all apps under the umbrella of the Match Group, Tinder's parent company. He's quite active on Instagram, where he's still uploading photos of his lavish lifestyle, and has amassed more than 300,000 followers as of October 2022. He previously had a website where he offered business and personal advice for $300, which is currently inactive. It also seems like he's setting his sights on a career in Hollywood. He has signed on with talent manager Gina Rodriguez of Gitoni Inc. According to Entertainment Tonight, he's looking into the potential of creating a podcast, writing a book, and hosting a dating show. TMZ reports that Lviv has joined Cameo, an app that allows celebrities to send personalized video messages to fans. The publication states he made $30,000 within his first 3 days on the app by charging $200 a pop for personal videos and $2,000 per video for businesses. He was also sued by the real Leviev family for defamation and damaging their business. Shimon has allegedly used their company's name to rent private jets and yachts. The Lviv family first discovered his scam in 2017 when they received a disturbing phone call from a man claiming he was about to deposit 3 checks from their company totaling $350,000 for services rendered by their company's CEO, Simon Lviv. They filed a complaint with the Israeli police, but the complaint was closed a few months later. The Lviv family and LLD Diamonds filed a criminal suit against Shimon Hayut in early March 2022, which made headlines internationally. If convicted, Hayut could receive an 11-year sentence in an Israeli prison. Surprisingly, Shimon's father, Yohanan Hayut, was also involved in the alleged scams, with recordings of him introducing his son as the son of Liv Lviv as evidence. The Lviv family is prepared to go all out against Shimon. They intend to sue him in a civil case, and they want to sue anyone who gives him a platform. Click like and share if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more videos like this one, and see you in another video.